I gotta give him all the praise, because without him...
Tonight he got it perfectly right, boxed the absolute perfect fight, and fully deserved the victory. You know, I know some people felt it was a close fight, but I just felt that he was the better fighter on the night. Beautiful defence. You know, arm will be sore tomorrow, but took so much on the gloves, boxed beautifully offensively, used his footwork great. His engine was incredible, hardly looked like he broke a sweat.
I got money on Crawford.
You got money on Crawford?
Yeah, I do, I'm afraid.
Yeah? How much money you put on it?
None of your business.
Upset of a lifetime? Nah, it wasn't an upset. The people that, you know, really know boxing knew that it was a good fight. Yeah. It depended on what kind of fight that Bud fought. And he fought the fight that he needed to fight to win. Is that how you expect it to go? Do you want to see a rematch, Devin, or you think it was pretty close? Honestly, I know it's a lot of money in the rematch, but I want Bud to retire.
Hell of a night for us. What's up, bro? Yes, sir.
What do you think made the difference?
The speed, really.
Yeah.
I think it was the main factor. Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Yeah. Fair game to Terence, man, right?
I know. Terence is that bull, bro. He's top of town right now.
Yeah. Well, hey.
He just beat Canelo, bro, right now.
Yeah, I mean, he was frustrated, and it is frustrating to try and fight a guy, and you want to fight, but this guy's moving well, and Crawford was moving too well.
What's next for Canelo, Lennox?
Holiday.
Rock, what you think next?
It was easy work. Easy work.
Boxing Pros reactions on Crawford win over Canelo Alvarez. The boxing world just witnessed history as Crawford dismantled Canelo with ruthless precision and calm execution. He controlled the distance, broke down the Mexican star's rhythm, and proved himself the superior technician. This wasn't merely a win, it was a seismic shift in boxing's pound-for-pound hierarchy.
Only special people can do these type of things, and Crawford is special, and he did it.
Champ, what do you make of the frustration? We saw in the 8th round, it looked like Canelo Alvarez almost wanted to walk off at one point.
Yeah, I mean, he was frustrated, and it is frustrating to try and fight a guy, and you want to fight, but this guy's moving well, and Crawford was moving too well.
What's next for...
And one of the loudest reactions came from a legend who had warned everyone before the fight even began. Oscar De La Hoya's reaction came straight from the heart, raw, unapologetic, and full of conviction. He had been insisting Crawford would topple Canelo, and when it happened, he didn't hold back. That blunt honesty from a Hall of Famer only amplifies just how monumental Crawford's victory really was.
I told you, motherfuckers. What did you just watch? I only speak the facts.
Big John captured the mood of the boxing world perfectly. Stunned yet respectful, he admitted he doubted Crawford's ability to sustain brilliance across 12 rounds. But the American answered every question with authority. Against the odds of size and power, Crawford's skill proved decisive, leaving no doubt who the superior fighter was.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I didn't think he'd be able to keep it on the whole fight. And he did, you know. Credit to Canelo, kept coming forward, kept trying. But he just met a better man tonight. And when you think of the weight difference, what he's had to make up, Terence Crawford showed his class tonight.
Do you think Canelo should retire after that?
We're just talking about that. I think whether he's got to retire or not, I don't know, but I wouldn't like to see him fight Crawford again.
Do you think Terence Crawford can maybe the generational great now?
Well, he's just proved he's definitely up there.
Teofimo Lopez gave Crawford the respect he deserved, recognizing that the better man won. He called it straight. Crawford got everything right, leaving no doubt who the champion is. That praise, coming from a young world champion himself, underlines how complete and decisive Crawford's performance truly was.
We saw a great fight tonight, did we not? That's all that matters. Two guys risked it, and the better man won tonight. That was Crawford.
Terence got it right. Is there no need for a rematch, or do you want to see running back? Because it was pretty good, like you said.
No, it was pretty, it was really good, actually.
Yeah.
So it's up to the jam. He's a jam. He can do it.
Canelo Alvarez showed humility in defeat, admitting pride in sharing the ring with Crawford. He spoke of his legacy and achievements, but the tone was clear. Crawford had stolen the spotlight. For all of Canelo's past glories, this night belonged to the American who proved he's the pound-for-pound king.
I can say to him, I feel great to share the ring with great fighters like him. And if we do it again, it's gonna be great. But you know what? I'm glad to share the ring with great fighters, and I'm glad to be here I already did a lot in boxing. I already accomplished a lot in boxing. My legacy is already there, and I still taking risks because I love boxing.
Soon after, Max Kellerman added his own powerful verdict on Crawford's greatness. Max Kellerman's declaration of Crawford as the GOAT carries huge weight because Kellerman has analyzed every era of modern boxing. For him to elevate Crawford above legends speaks volumes. This win over Canelo wasn't just another title defense, it was an era-defining moment. Crawford has unified divisions, humbled elite names like Spence and Porter, and remained undefeated while climbing weight seamlessly. Beating Canelo, a global superstar and the sport's biggest draw, now cements his legacy beyond doubt. When an analyst as meticulous as Kellerman crowns you the greatest, it reflects the scope of your dominance and adaptability. Crawford has transcended debate. He's operating at a level where history itself bends to his narrative.
Thank you, GOAT, because you are the GOAT of this era. Terence "Bud" Crawford.
Jairo Patea highlighted what truly separates Crawford from the rest: adaptability, switching seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw, dictating pace on the back foot or front foot. Crawford showcased every tool in his arsenal. This was not a fighter relying on one game plan. This was a master technician dismantling an opponent's strengths while imposing his own. Against Canelo, he displayed the same traits that have defined his career: versatility, composure, and the ability to make world champions look ordinary. Opatea's analysis is spot on. This fight proved Crawford isn't just good, he's great because he can adjust under any circumstance. That's the hallmark of a generational fighter who belongs in the company of the sport's most complete champions.
On points, bro, crazy.
How did you have it?
I had him up, bro, convincingly. Awesome fight. Hey, science of the sport. This guy adapts. I knew it.
How did you know he was going to win? Why?
He's got too much ammunition. You know, southpaw, orthodox, on the back foot. That's what changes good from great, is knowing how to adapt. You know, back foot, front.
Sean Porter then weighed in, offering a deeper look into the intangibles both men carried into the ring. Sean Porter, who has shared the ring with Crawford, understood better than most that this fight was about more than just visible skill. He pointed out the intangibles: the mental toughness, the refusal to fold, the unshakable belief. Canelo's chin and determination are legendary, yet Crawford's composure and control outshone even that. Porter knows firsthand how Crawford breaks opponents down with precision and patience, forcing them to fight on his terms. Against Canelo, those same qualities surfaced once more, proving that Crawford doesn't just win with talent, he wins with heart, psychology, and an iron will to dominate. This wasn't skill alone, it was the complete fighter leaving no doubt.
It's more than skills paying the bills with this one, man. I think that there's some intangibles with this fight that are internal. You know, the stuff you don't see. And like, for an example, we can talk about Canelo's chin. Is it that he just really has this chin that's really sturdy? Or is it that he has a chin that's sturdy, but he also has a mentality that I won't go down? You know what I mean? Like, that's when I mean like internal intangibles. And I think that both these guys possess a tremendous amount of skill, talent, abilities that, you know, to the naked eye, you aren't really aware of.
Sean Porter silenced the narrative that size and weight would define this contest. From the start, he maintained Crawford's skill set was more than enough to neutralize any physical advantages Canelo supposedly carried. His post-fight words carried authority. He reminded fans that Crawford's natural reach, conditioning, and frame were always going to pose problems for the Mexican superstar. And when the fight played out, Porter was proven right. Crawford not only handled the weight difference, he thrived under it, showing that his power carried up and his speed never diminished. For all of Canelo's strength, he could not outmuscle or overwhelm Crawford. This victory didn't just disprove myths about size, it proved that Crawford's boxing intelligence and adaptability make him dangerous in any division. Porter's insight highlights what history now confirms: Crawford's greatness was never about numbers on a scale, but about his ability to dominate regardless of circumstance.
Told everyone the weight is not a problem, the size, stop talking about it. It takes you guys waiting until you see weigh-in day and the day before the weigh-in, and somehow you're now seeing that he's an inch or two taller than Canelo, and somehow now you're considering his reach, and somehow now you're considering, oh, he weighed in at 165, and you know, oh, he's been hitting the weights like Sean said. Yeah. The weight's not an issue. The reason why the weight's not an issue is because most welterweights are middleweights that cut down to welterweight. So
Charlie Sheen's brief but emphatic reaction captured what millions were feeling: sheer disbelief at the brilliance of Terence Crawford. For a Hollywood icon to call it unbelievable and awesome speaks to the crossover impact of this fight. Crawford's demolition of Canelo wasn't just a boxing event, it was a cultural moment. Fans outside the hardcore circles could see it for what it was: a generational talent stamping his authority on the sport. Sheen's excitement mirrors the astonishment of casual viewers who may not follow every detail of Crawford's journey, but recognized history unfolding. And that's the true measure of legacy, when a performance transcends the boundaries of boxing and leaves an imprint on mainstream culture. Crawford has had big wins before, but beating Canelo resonated worldwide, from die-hard analysts to Hollywood stars. It confirmed what his supporters already knew: he's not just a champion, he's a phenomenon redefining greatness in the modern era.
What did you make of that performance from Terence Crawford? What did you make of the performance?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable? Is that the best boxing fight you've ever been at? Awesome, man. Enjoy your Netflix special too.
Mauricio Sulaimán's words reflected the official recognition Crawford deserves. This was not just another title bout, but a defining performance that elevated him to the absolute summit of the sport, calling the victory clean cut. Sulaimán underscored that there was no controversy, no shadow of doubt. Crawford had beaten Canelo convincingly. The WBC president's stance also acknowledged the years of preparation, sacrifice, and ambition that led to this showdown. Unlike many fights clouded by calls for rematches, this one was decisive enough to stand alone. Crawford earned the right to enjoy the moment, to bask in the respect of governing bodies, peers, and fans alike. When the highest authority in boxing confirms that the result was crystal clear, it only adds to the legitimacy of Crawford's growing claim as the best of his generation. Sulaimán's respect was not just for the fight, but for the fighter who is now rewriting the sport's history.
He deserves all the time to really enjoy what he has just accomplished.
His performance was pretty clean cut. Is there a need for a rematch though? Canelo came on a little bit late, but
that's different. They took a long time to prepare for this great fight. Let them enjoy, let them have a rest, and we'll see what's next.
Crawford's post-fight words captured the essence of his greatness: calm, assured, and grounded in self-belief. He admitted the win wasn't a surprise to him because he had always known his capabilities. For Crawford, this was simply destiny fulfilled, the execution of a plan years in the making. While fans and pundits doubted him, he carried an unshakable conviction that he could conquer even the sport's biggest star. His perspective reflects what has defined his career: quiet confidence backed by flawless execution. Crawford has never needed bravado. His fists and performances speak louder than words. Against Canelo, he validated every ounce of belief he held, proving that opportunity was the only missing piece. With this triumph, Crawford's legacy isn't just about winning belts, it's about proving himself the ultimate competitor who never doubted his place among boxing's immortals.
Of course, you know, he was a little frustrated in there, but that's part of the game.
The last question is, I know it's right after the fight, have you feel yet the significance of this win and what it means in your legacy and your career?
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Bill Haney's passionate words brought the discussion full circle. Crawford belongs on boxing's Mount Rushmore. Comparing the Canelo performance to his dismantling of Errol Spence, Haney emphasized how dominant Crawford looked against two of the sport's most feared fighters. To say it looked easier than Spence is staggering praise, given how high the stakes were. Haney also gave credit to Bomac and the entire team, acknowledging the preparation and execution behind Crawford's greatness. More importantly, his statement about Rushmore speaks to legacy, not just victories, but all-time standing. Crawford's resume is now loaded with defining wins, and this latest one over Canelo may stand as the most significant of his career. For analysts, trainers, and fellow fighters alike, to elevate him into that rare echelon only reinforces what fans witnessed: a generational talent who has already carved his place among the sport's immortals.
Exactly. And you guys knew what was going to happen. You were in denial. That shit looked easier than Earl Spence. Did it look, huh?
It's a brilliant performance. Brilliant
performance, man. Shout out to Team Crawford, Bomac, and that whole team, man. You know what I mean?
Where'd you rank him all-time list after that?
I mean, put his face on Mount Rushmore. You get what I'm saying? He deserves his place, for sure.
Crawford's victory over Canelo wasn't just another fight, it was a seismic moment that shifted the balance of boxing history. If there were any doubts about his greatness, they've been erased forever. He's conquered weight divisions, dismantled champions, and now dethroned the sport's biggest superstar with precision and composure. For Canelo, the questions begin: has he finally reached the twilight of his career, or does he find a way back against the man who outclassed him? For Crawford, the horizon is limitless. His claim as pound for pound #1 is no longer debate, but fact. The real speculation now is legacy. Is he the greatest of this generation or of all time? The debate is yours. Are you backing Crawford's rise to boxing immortality, or do you believe Canelo still has another chapter left? Share your thoughts below.